All right, so here we are again. We are one state away in Colorado, trying to do this through a 5G connection. Take a look. Of course, you can see using my cell phone as before. I think we're around 330 miles. I'll find out exactly and give you the update to that. But I've already been playing online for about 15 minutes. I played a game that I just downloaded today, the Destroy All Humans, for like 2 cents while it was available. So now we're gonna go for Death Stranding ride to see how far we can get before this thing, if this thing black screens. We can go for another 10-15 minutes though. I don't even know if I'll record that long, but because like there is some lag issues that we are having. Like this is again not 100% perfect, but it's been pretty consistent. I played an entire round of Destroy All Humans online with other people, and have had a little bit of camera issues from like the camera control getting stuck spinning or something like that, or kind of trying to just accommodate for not oversteering, as you can see happening right here. Yeah, so it's like I said, not perfect. There it is. There's a black screen. So, but we were playing for, let's see, 5:44. I started playing at I started playing at 5:20, but we're in Mountain Zone time, so it was 4:20 when I started playing. So I've been online for about 25 minutes through the Chiaki Moonlight Bridge method, and we'll go ahead and of course show you how we get out of that once it locks up like this. Let's go ahead and exit game here, and go back into Chiaki. Now we can go back in. It'll still be black screen, or I can just go ahead and do this, and this will quit the Microsoft, and then it'll put us back into Chiaki, and might throw us back into the black screen, but I'm going to use this as the way to close out my PS5 so that I can get back into it by making sure that it goes into sleep mode. So yeah, we're still black screened for all intents and purposes. So if I turn it up, yeah, if I turn it up, you can actually hear what's going on still. But so the game is still playing. PlayStation's still up. It's gone black screen because we're having bandwidth latency, and it might also just be Death Stranding. I keep trying this with a very graphically intensive game because I didn't really have too much of an issue with what was going on with Destroy All Humans, but that was a PS4 game technically. That's just being played on my PS5 for all this stuff. But let's go ahead and if you press your shoulder buttons and 2 top buttons, it'll take you back out into the Moonlight menu. And from here, if you just hit the X button and then shut it off, it'll quit Chiaki. By doing that, it'll actually put it into rest mode. So now, if I go back into Windows, we should be at the desktop, and you'll just see like the Awesome Deck logo and all the icons on the left-hand side, provided everything's working appropriately. And there you go. So this does work. Like I say, I think we're over 300 miles away. We're 5 hours away from where we are normally. We travel 60 miles an hour roughly, so 300, 330, 300, somewhere between 300 and 400 miles from where the PlayStation is, actually playing Death Stranding from the disk drive off the Blu-ray. So there's a lot of factors that were put into it, and so maybe that's part of the reason why it's black screening too, is because I'm like really taxing the disc. I can't say exactly, but I think that this is a nice little demonstration of where we're at with this stuff now that we know more about it. This time when I went into, and I'll just show you guys through Moonlight, one of the things you can do in the settings. On my first tests, I was running this at the video bit rate was at 10 megabits, and so now I've gone down to 5 megabits, and I'm just running 30 frames per second in native mode, and that's seemingly having it run fairly robust and a lot better than it was even at 120 miles away from that video. And of course, from the video I did in the middle of desolation with a next to nothing 4G signal. But the point being, though, you can still do a lot of things in this right now, just going into my laptop from 300 miles away. You know, I could edit files or anything else I might need to do on my computer. And then if I still wanted to get back into my PS5 again, that's just a matter of opening up this Chiaki program that has been installed on the desktop of, or not the desktop, but on my laptop that I'm using as the intermediary in this whole virtual bridge network setup. But, you know, that's basically how this thing really works. As you guys seen me do this before, you just want to make sure that you right click into it to turn on the wake up messages and that kind of stuff to get it to do its thing. But I am actually starting to see a little bit of lag here, as you can see right now. Go ahead and get that a little bit closer. But it did do the turn on, so the blue signal means that I could technically try to go back to my PlayStation right now, but seeing how it just black screened, I'm not really going to try to like tax it really too much, other than, you know, I mean, we're recording, so F it. Let's see what happens. All right, so we've got the black screen gone. We're back here. So I could just go right back into the game, which seemingly paused it for me since I backed out the way that I did. And so we're still right there, right on the highway. But I'm going to go ahead and just, I think, proven, you know, this still has some growing pains to go through, but it's still, you know, I think a lot more successful than I was expecting even today. But yeah, so the new time interval that we've gotten it to work without before black screening is, well, I'm up to 25 minutes now on a 5G connection that I was able to go, and even that only lasted momentarily. I'm right back into that game if I wanted to continue to play it, but I'm just going to go ahead and put my PS5 into rest mode, and then go ahead and close this window. All right, it'll actually, there we go. All right, so just close out and go ahead and just close Microsoft, close everything out. Yeah, and just take it back to the main menu, show you once again, all that was run from the internet on my cell phone that's recording the video. So, you know, we are getting a good 5G connection here today, looks like. But this also is in an area that doesn't really have strong internet signals too. So like, this is also another area that's kind of testing its capabilities, and I think it played fairly well today. We were in Colorado Springs earlier. We might try this test again from there to see if it's a little bit more stable. But I still think this is pretty good in terms of being able to be online for 15-20 minutes before this thing even had a moment of difficulty. You guys didn't see that much of the video, but I was just kind of like testing it out and it was working so well. I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and just record this right now where we're at. So with that said, of course, I'll keep you guys up to date as I learn more about how to make this more effective and things like that, what you can do. And keep an eye out for the video on how to actually set your system up. The main thing that you need to have is NVIDIA on your desktop or laptop or whatever you're going to use as your intermediary server. So that's the only linchpin to this whole thing, is you have to have NVIDIA GeForce Experience set up and working for remote play. But on that note, we all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week ahead. Be awesome as always, and we'll talk to you soon.